There are two birds that live in the deserts of North America. They both live in the same harsh environment, but their reactions are very different. One bird is the vulture. The vulture devours the decomposing meat that he finds on the desert floor, and he flourishes on that diet. The other is the hummingbird, who, on the other hand, never seems to notice the stench of rotting flesh. He looks for the beautiful blossoms that dot the cactus plants growing out of the parched sand. Both birds seem to find what they are looking for. These birds illustrate how we can react to the world we live in. We, too, tend to find what we are looking for. Why is it that two people can live in the same community, experience similar problems, and yet one will be content, and the other one will only find things to complain about? What's the difference between the two? Simply put, although they are both struggling with problems, their focuses are very much different. When life gets hard, our thoughts tend to be consumed with our circumstances. That can get really depressing. There seems to be no end to bad news. I have learned that it is not possible to be truly happy while I am focusing on the bad things happening around me. It's also true that we won't be happy if we are dreaming about making more money or getting a better house or moving to a better neighborhood. That kind of focus is like the vulture who is searching for possessions that decay. The Bible has a better way. It shows us how to have a completely different focus. In Psalm 27, when King David asked God, "Teach me your way, O Lord, and lead me in a level path," David was asking God to show him something beautiful, like the hummingbird who searches for flowers. God's word will show us. As we study it, we learn how good God is. How great is your goodness, which you have stored up for those who fear you, which you have wrought for those who take refuge in you. Psalm 31. There is none like you, O Lord, you are great. And great is your name in might. Jeremiah 10. God is eternal, all-powerful, beautiful, glorious, patient, and completely holy. We also have to turn our anger away from people or circumstances. Instead of hating the faults we see in others around us, we have to learn to hate our own sin. Our own sin offends a holy and grace-loving God. David cried out to God and said, "Wash me thoroughly from my iniquity and cleanse me from my sin. Against you only, I have sinned and done what is evil in your sight." Psalm 51. When we have repented and turned from our own sin, God will turn us into hummingbirds who look for, and who will find, much beauty in God. After David prayed for the Lord to purify and wash him from his sin, his gloom turned to joy. Make me to hear joy and gladness, let the bones which you have broken rejoice. Restore to me the joy of your salvation and sustain me with a willing spirit. Then, my tongue will joyfully sing of your righteousness. If we want to find something to complain about, we will. If we are willing to search for the God of the Bible, though, we will find much to be happy about. Let's seek God. He has made this promise, "You will seek me, and find me when you search for me with all your heart." Jeremiah 29. When we put our attention on God, we can be like the hummingbird who looks for and finds beauty, instead of being like the vulture who stays focused on the rotten things around.